The funniest people are the saddest ones. Hello and welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Well, guys and girls, my name is John with Pondering Moments. Today we're going to be covering some quotes by Confucius. And just sit back, relax, and enjoy. By three methods, we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is the noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Study the past if you would define the future. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. When you see a good person, think of becoming like him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. You cannot open a book without learning something. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. It is not the failure of others to appreciate your abilities that should trouble you, but rather your failure to appreciate theirs. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate our personal life. We must first set our hearts right. Forget injuries. Never forget kindnesses. Don't do unto others what you don't want done unto you. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. To see what is right and not do it is the worst cowardice. The beginning of wisdom is to call things by their proper name. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. It is easy to hate, and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. The master said, "A true gentleman is one who has set his heart upon the way. A fellow who is ashamed merely of shabby clothing or modest meals is not even worth conversing with." Without knowing the force of words, it is impossible to know more. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. Consideration for others is the basis of a good life, a good society. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Zhu Chang asked Confucius about Zen. Confucius said, "If you can practice these 5 things with all the people, you can be called Zen." Zhu Chang asked what they were. Confucius said, "Courtesy, generosity, honesty, persistence, and kindness. If you are courteous, you will not be disrespected. If you are generous, you will gain everything. If you are honest, people will rely on you. If you are persistent, you will get results. If you are kind, you can employ people. Have no friends not equal to yourself. Never give a sword to a man who cannot dance. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. The nobler sort of man emphasizes the good qualities in others and does not accentuate the bad. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Worry not that no one knows you. Seek to be worth knowing. The master said, "A true teacher is one who, keeping the past alive, is also able to understand the present." The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. If one should desire to know whether a kingdom is well governed, if its morals are good or bad, the quality of its music will furnish the answer. He who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man. Follow him. He who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool. Shun him. Settle one difficulty, and you keep 100 away. The green reed, which bends in the wind, is stronger than the mighty oak, which breaks in a storm. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. The scholar does not consider gold and jade to be precious treasures, but loyalty and good faith. If there were one word that could act as a standard of conduct for one's entire life, perhaps it would be thoughtfulness. At 15, I set my heart upon learning. At 30, I had planted my feet firm upon the ground. At 40, I no longer suffered from perplexities. At 50, I knew what were the biddings of heaven. At 60, I heard them with docile ear. At 70, I could follow the dictates of my own heart, for what I desired no longer overstepped the boundaries of right. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy than endeavoring to think so ourselves. Lead the people with administrative injunctions and put them in their place with penal law, and they will avoid punishments, but will be without a sense of shame. Lead them with excellence and put them in their place through roles and ritual practices, and in addition to developing a sense of shame, they will order themselves harmoniously. Ability will never catch up with the demand for it. We should keep the dead before our eyes and honor them as though still living. I want you to believe everything that's you. Deep at the center of your being, life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. He who searches for evil must first look at his own reflection. Virtue is never left to stand alone. He who has it will have neighbors.